whatever it was in the past, it doesn't matter anymore. Okay, you can keep the past, understand, learn from it, but the present is totally different. I think it all starts with knowing and understanding your client. I think he's at the center of every aspect of your business, and most importantly, the innovation part. You have to think about what he needs, what problem you want to solve for him, and how this innovation will help him do a better job or have a better life, or I don't know whether it will change something for him and his entire life. And clearly understanding the market, like what options are available, how are your competitors doing on the market, and like how you can drive something different based on what they're doing, and how you can bring that value added again for your clients with this innovative approach. But I think most importantly is you have to create a culture of innovation, like putting innovation at the heart of your strategy, at the heart of your entire company. Because in the end, innovation is also a mindset. You have to do evaluations based on innovation. You have to hire with this target in mind. You have to measure it constantly and say, okay, are we as innovative as we would want to? Like, how are we progressing against this? But in the end, my view is that you don't have to do innovation at all costs. Like, okay, it's super important to bring something different, something that makes a difference in a way that hasn't been done before, but not at all costs. In the end, you should make sure that your client is happy, your client gets what he needs. Clearly, innovation is a desirable state, but again, shouldn't be done at all costs. You should focus on what's important. I think there are two options on the table, and it really depends on the type of the business you have, the stage of the business the startup is in. One option is to go and have a global approach. And the second one is to go and start small and just go to 1, 2, 3 countries and test them, and then expand to others. We have started with the first one. We the company I'm in has started with a global approach. And as we grew, we started going with a very local targeted approach, because going very local in several countries, it's not very cheap. But in the end, again, it's all about your market. Like, how are your competitors doing in a specific market you choose to go on? Like, for example, you start in Romania, and then you think, okay, what's the profile of the client that's most similar to Romania? Just an example, you could start in Germany or whatever. It really depends where you first took this first set of clients, let's say. And then what's similar to your current profile, client profile, and then expand. That's the easiest approach. And I would clearly use as many partners as possible. It's much easier to penetrate a new market, or it's much easier to sell globally when you have partners, affiliates, referrals, whatever partnership setup you might be able to get based on the profile of your business. But clearly for us, it has been extremely valuable to have referrals, local referrals, to have local partnerships that boosted really our presence there. And that's the easiest way. And then clearly what's on the table for everyone, like global online approach, where you go and start an online strategy and get clients. in a certain market or another idea is to go vertical and start approaching in a let's say in a particular country or in a particular region or even globally vertically. Like, let's say I want to be the best product I can be in for the for security vertical or for multimedia vertical or whatever my like I would go and try and get as many clients in a particular segment as possible. This way I have references. This way I know, and I'm a super professional. I have strong knowledge in that particular area, and I know what they need. I'm very specific. It's much easier to get clients this way when you like dream their sector, and you know, like, and you say, look, I have this client in security, like if your competitors work with us, why don't you work as well? And these types of approach really work well globally. And I would really develop a self-service engine that really depends again on the type of the business you're selling, but having a self-service engine where you accept payments online and you like people can purchase your products directly online without you interfering or with minimal support from your side. That's an excellent option when you sell globally, for sure. Like, you must have that before starting to sell globally. And having this self-service engine optimized constantly will support you in this global expansion, for sure. We are all in this situation, that's for sure. So I've seen two options. Some businesses really thrived in this period of time, like they grew significantly, and they've seen a lot of opportunities for them. And I've seen others that were really affected, and they're challenging, they're questioning whether they should stay on the market or they should just close their business. In terms of opportunities, to be very to the point, I think it's very important to be flexible and act fast. These are the most important two elements. And any opportunity that might come with COVID or like in any other situation, these two elements, flexible and acting fast, are critical. And I think this is the time where you can reinvent yourself as a business, where you can invest in innovation, because we were talking about innovation earlier. You can take this opportunity to reinvent your entire business, like from messaging, pricing, packaging, like the entire scheme. Since it's a period that's changed everything for everyone, like not only for you, but for me, for everyone in the entire globe, let's say, this is the time where you can start and seek for opportunities that, I don't know, now everyone is staying and working at home. So what opportunity does this bring to the table for your business? Like, how can you develop something that supports clients in this period of time? Like, what can you do to basically change the game, considering these limitations, let's say, in mind? I've seen a lot of startups developing new products specifically for this period of time, and they could do that because they were flexible and they moved really fast. They didn't stay let's say closed on their old ideas, and they saw the opportunity and they took it and they developed it. I don't know, you've seen Zoom and online meetings tools that really exploded in this period of time. I've seen online learning tools that really exploded as well, and they developed special programs for this for companies, for kids learning at home. I've seen team buildings moved online. I've seen so many opportunities for businesses that it takes just flexibility and like acting fast to be able to take on new challenges. I think it's critical to stay connected with your clients, and it's an opportunity for you to be closer to them. There are not so many options on the table to go to events, to do a lot of stuff. But clearly, since clients are at the center of your company, being closer to them, understanding their needs, their challenges currently, because they're having challenges as well. As you remember, we're all together in this situation. I think it will help you reduce churn. I think it will help you increase customer loyalty. And in the end, I think it will create customer advocates out of them in the end. Why not? Another opportunity, considering this period of time specifically, is the fact that, again, there are no many options on the table in terms of marketing either. Okay, there's online marketing, but there's online marketing for everyone. It's not like those that have millions of dollars in budget can now go and create physical events, or they can show off with things that were working in the past. Now, basically, we all have the same limitations, and I think that's an opportunity for small companies to invest and be creative with online, and have content strategy, have some influencer marketing done, have some online activities that are significantly cheaper than other options on the table. So I think that's an opportunity for them as well. What else? Again, partnering. I think identifying companies that have similar issues or complementary, with whom you can be complementary and help yourself, from sharing workspace, if that's an option, like doing switching, you come Monday and Tuesday and I come Thursday and Friday, or stuff like that. That's just a small example, but partnering, it's always a great idea, especially during these times, but in general as well. And in terms of challenges, I think the biggest challenge all the company had on the table is making sure your employees are safe, you're safe, clients are safe, and making asking yourself, how can you help in this period of time? And we all realize we're so small in the bigger scheme of things, unfortunately or fortunately. I think for many clients, especially in the physical world, fulfillment has been an issue, and this is a core issue. If you're doing digital business, then you're on the safe side. But if you're developing, I don't know, IoT, or like you're relying on products to come from China or from other places of the world, you have been really affected, and that's challenging. And what else? Clearly, for businesses that have long sales cycle, we've seen sales cycle getting longer and longer and heavier. The clients still have a high interest, but it's not their immediate, the sense of urgency is harder to develop. And we've seen this challenge, and we actually had a survey done at the beginning of the pandemic, and we asked our clients as well as our prospects what are the biggest challenges they've seen, and the longer sales cycle and fulfillment have been some of the highest ranking elements. Getting new clients it's also a challenge. And but really this depends on the type of product you're selling. If it's in the online, let's say you're doing online meeting software, then you're doing well and getting new clients. It hasn't been that hard, but then you have a challenge with availability and making sure that your systems are up to speed with the needs, and you're scaling really fast. So it really depends on what type of businesses you're in. Now, what else? Oh, one of the big ones are, how can you keep your team connected? How can they stay, and how can you keep the culture of the business? And this is a critical, it's core in your business as well. How can you motivate your team? How can you make sure that they're still passionate about what you're doing, and they're still working together well, and they're productive? And this has been challenging, but clearly there are options to solve that and to keep them engaged, and there are options on the table, but it has been difficult for everyone as well. And last but not least, events. And I know events is such a small thing in the bigger scheme of elements and challenges, but in the end, they were bringing us together. It was a period where you could meet clients, where you could meet prospects, where you could understand what they need, what they want, what plans they have. You could have that small but critical moments to meet them personally and really understand the bigger scheme of things, not just the professional part of their business, but understanding them as human beings and understand how they click, how they take decisions, how they, like, really understanding them as a whole. And we are all missing that. We're doing online meetings, we're doing interviews like this one online, but it's really not the same thing. The human interaction is missing a lot, and events was really supporting this part. And yeah, the ability of meeting clients face to face is lacking, and it's a difficult one. Especially during this time, my recommendation would be to start immediately. There are no other options on the table anyway, so there's no excuse for you to start right now. And okay, you might say that you don't have big budgets, but there's so many options that you can do without any budget, like just organically, and SEO, like social media, like working with influencers and getting their input could be an option. Content marketing is also an option, and you can take it like as well, because clearly you're an expert in the field and you can use that. Looking and understanding the funnel end to end is critical, and that will help you guide your decisions and understand what works for your business, what doesn't work, like how can you accelerate the funnel, how can you get more clients faster and help them take the decision faster. You could like use the old but still gold email marketing strategies, but adapted to this period of time, like transform them more into from one-offs to nurturing streams that are connected to their particular needs and personalized to what they need, what they want, what they search when they entered your website, why they came on the, get what they searched when they get to on your website, and understand that and transform it into a nurturing stream adapted to them. Yeah, these are some of the small elements clients. And then you have remarketing and paid advertising, but there you can start small and just experiment what works, what doesn't work. There are many options on the table. You just have to start right now. That's the advice. I think the priority is making sure that you stay connected with the clients, you understand how their needs changed, how in this period of time, how they're struggling, and making sure you adapt your business and your product to this, making sure that you're communicating with your employees, you're transparent, you keep them safe, you understand their points as well and their needs. I think having an excellent, impeccable customer service is critical in this period of time. We're all connected, like there's 9 to 5 type of working schedule. I don't think it's that relevant anymore. We're all working like all the time in the end, but it's just the program changed. So having the impeccable customer service throughout the day, that's super important, and being close to the customer needs again. Adapting pricing packages to current needs again. It's critical, because it doesn't really matter whether you were competitive before everything started. You have to be competitive right now. So if you have like a super expensive product that doesn't make sense anymore, you really have to change that immediately. It's valid on the other side as well. If things have really changed for the best and prices increased, and you have to like really adapt to the current situation and understand how things change. Because in the end, whatever it was in the past, it doesn't matter anymore. Okay, you can keep the past, understand, learn from it, but the present is totally different. And the difficulty here is the fact that we cannot relate to anything that happened in the past to be able to take that knowledge and apply it today. You know, we're building things right now as we go, and you have to really be flexible and act fast. Like I said before, you really have to test things and see what works, what doesn't. Most probably it's a trial and error. Most probably you'll fail and you'll try it again. But this is how it is, because nobody right now knows what to do in this period of time, and you have to learn as you go. You have to experiment, you have to try, and then see what works right now. But don't consider whatever was before February timeframe like a validation for how you should be right now. No, that should not exist anymore. And I think, as I said, that you should use partners and clients as much as possible. Clients could be your advocates, and you can use their power and their recommendation to new markets, to online, to like everywhere. It's there that you can use them, as well as partners to penetrate new markets and like help each other. I think it's critical to support each other in this period of time. And in the end, just stay real. Just stay real and keep your values. Do what you really wanted to do when you started the business, but take the opportunity of changing the world if you can in this period of time, and just changing how things are done, and just have fun.